Hello, everyone. It's Charlton, and they have released the surveillance footage. I believe it's from the Bird Dog Bar of the University of South Carolina student who was kidnapped and murdered Friday early morning hours around 2 a.m. These are still shots of it, but there's the actual video in front of the bar where there's a large crowd. It's I think right around 2:09 a.m. I think is when she got into the vehicle. I'll play that for you in a second, and I also it's Samantha Josephson. She was killed. She was 21 years old. She was going to be graduating this year at University of South Carolina. She's from New Jersey. And I better understand, I think, the timeline now, which just didn't make full sense to me. But I think I have it down now. But it is strange how quickly things went. So here's the surveillance footage of her getting into the vehicle. She thought it was the Uber she had requested, which showed up moments later, and then canceled the ride because the person who had scheduled, who had scheduled the pickup wasn't there any longer. So she just mistakenly got into a car thinking the Chevy Impala, thinking it was her Uber vehicle. I don't know that this individual planned this, or if it was just a random event. It turned out that he had child safety locks, engaged on the back seat, so she wouldn't have been able to get out of it, and also had a child car seat in the back as well. But so here's the video of it, and you'll see her come in from this side and get right in. That's her right there, and that's the Chevy Impala pulling up.
No way. That's creepy. Maybe.
So again, here she is waiting.
Like, are you kidding? No way. That's creepy. Maybe.
So that was at about 2 a.m. Friday early morning hours. So I think around 1:30 that same day, Friday afternoon, 1:30 p.m., the police were called about a missing persons report when she never showed up at home, and they began processing the information. As they were putting out information, the Columbia Police Department and processing the information and putting out at the same time around 4 o'clock they got a call from Clarendon County, a surrounding neighboring county, of a body being found in a wooded area. So the body being found, this is what sort of confused me. I wasn't real sure, and I think I said in my previous video that it was a full 24 hours that the body was found. It doesn't seem that that's the case. The arrest was made a full 24 hours at 3 a.m. the following day, early morning hours of Saturday. The Chevy Impala was pulled over for a traffic stop. The individual was asked to get out of the car, and then he took off on foot. And he was apprehended, brought back to the car. They searched the car, found her cell phone, as well as it seems, according to this press conference, the chief of police was saying a heavy amount of liquid blood in the back seat. So, but it was at 3:45, according to this report and according to the press conference, as I understood it. The body was found at 3:45 a.m. in the wooded area of Clarendon County, South Carolina, which is about an hour away. I think somebody had described it that way, from Columbia. So I'm not positive of that, um, but so that's just so soon after she was actually picked up by what she thought was the Uber vehicle, which it wasn't. It was this individual, or who's been accused of kidnapping and has been arrested and charged with, is going to be charged with kidnapping and murder of Samantha Josephson, Nathaniel Rowland, Nate Rowland. So, I mean, it's only an hour and 45 minutes later that the body was found by hunters in the wooded area. It's just so soon after she was picked up in if I understand that right, and that's the individual, that's his booking photo right there, Nathaniel Rowland. The chief said that Josephson's body was discovered in the very rural part of Clarendon County along Black Bottom Road, close to the town of New Zion. So that's about an hour and 20-minute drive. Being picked up at, I think 2:09 was the exact time. To be discovered at 3:45 a.m. Um, that right there puts it at 3:20 just to drive. The 3:30 the drive alone. 15 minutes later to be discovered by hunters. I'm still confused by that, but that's how it's being reported. And shoot. So if you listen to the press conference at the end, they actually ask him to clarify that. Maybe I'll play that.
From the most recent, from the first incident to most recent.
Gotcha. That's not correct. Thank you.
If you could add dates and that would help too.
March 29th, we received a call around 1:30 to respond to the hub
AM,
on Main Street,
AM, PM.
PM in the afternoon, for a missing person. Around 4 p.m., a little bit before 4 p.m., Clarendon County Sheriff's Department responded to the reports of a body being found in a wooded area in the county. It was found by two people hunting. That was essentially simultaneous to us pushing out some suspect vehicle information, as far as the description of the suspect vehicle and the victim, the missing person's information with clothing description and picture. So they were able, once they were on scene, they quickly realized that between the clothing and the description, it appeared to be our missing person. So we began that immediate communication. SLED responded to begin processing the scene. SLED responded here to begin working with our investigators, and they worked through the evening to, again, try to figure out what happened before the victim got in the car with the suspect at 5 points. On March 30th, which is present day, so it had been overnight about 3 a.m., the K-9 officers on patrol, they're looking for the suspect vehicle, or a black Chevy Impala, makes a routine traffic stop, approaches the car, asks the driver to get out of the car, and the driver flees on foot. Foot chase ensues, apprehensions made, they return back to the car and discover what they believe is blood. We immediately request SLED had a large amount of liquid that we believed to be blood, and once they did a presumptive test, it in fact was confirmed to be blood. They executed a search warrant on that car. Additional amounts of dark colored liquid that was tested positive for blood was discovered in the trunk and in the passenger compartment. Collections of blood were obtained by the SLED forensic crime scene.
So as that was playing, I think, I'm going to look it up again, but I think that's PM. I think Chief Holbrook told the media on March 30 that Joseph's body was found at 3:45 a.m. Maybe it was. It's just not clear to me, because hunters typically, I don't know if they'd be out there that early, They're usually up early in the morning. I think it's 3:45 p.m. So, which would make sense because she's reported missing at 1:30. There's processing the information. By about 4 o'clock, they get a call of a girl's body being found around 4 p.m. 3:45 p.m. would make more sense. I think that's what the situation is. All right, well, that's the story there, man. Obviously, it's just a terrible shame, and this girl who was just going to be starting law school next year here in Philadelphia at Drexel University, and just obviously had a huge future, very pretty. And it's it's a real shame for her family. All right, that's the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.